Welcome to another edition for Let's Talk Sports with Richard Cole. Listen up. Let me say this again, real quick for you guys. If you've been following me, I've been doing a series on something about me, and the two things I mentioned to you guys was eugenics and GNC. Going to the GNC, hooking up with somebody at GNC, help them get your body right. And then eugenics is just a great supplement for your body and your testosterone. It's so important for somebody over the age, really over the age of 45. I just wanted to touch on that again. There's other things now. It's you don't just take Nugenics. I mean, you actually work out. You actually do something with your body at least 20 minutes a day, preferably an hour, really. So it's not just a cure all be all. It doesn't work that way. You have to work out. You have to take care of your body. So I want to just add a little tidbit of things, so, just a tad of something that you can add to that. Now it's not going to be pleasurable. It's not going to taste good. It's probably one of the most horrible, one of the most nastiest. It just tastes bad, okay? But it does wonders for your body. Um, I mix a ginger shot with a touch of garlic and a touch of turmeric. It does wonders for you, but it's the nastiest. It's a horrible taste. It is not gonna. The taste is not gonna be pleasurable to you at all. But it does wonders for your body. I just wanted to add that to that. But going to the GNC, talking to them about what's a good supplement for your body to help you live long and a healthier life, it's just something I wanted to offer you guys. Now, let's get into this because I got a lot to say and it's a lot going on. Um, we've been covering the NBA pretty hard, pretty consistent, and I want to start with that today. And I want to start with the Boston Celtics game five and what I think is going to happen in game six. Okay, so let's start off with this right here. I didn't expect the Boston Celtics to win this series once they went down 3-0. Now, you're not going to believe this. I have proof. I didn't expect the Boston Celtics to win this series even before they went down 3-0. I picked them to lose this series for the simple fact that I don't see the type of chemistry that I seen in Boston last year. It was just a hunch. It just didn't look like something was missing it because sometimes they'll play really, really great, and then sometimes they'll play really, really bad, and they'll still beat people. But I wasn't really impressed with their camaraderie, and it just seemed suspect to me, and that's why I kind of picked them not to win this series. And lo and behold, I think I'm right. So let me check this out, y'all. I can't tell you where to find it. It's on YouTube, but there's a reel on YouTube. I forgot who it was. I'm sorry, whoever it is. I would have gave you a shout out. But the reel shows Jason Tatum walking into the locker room with his son. They call Deuce Deuce. And he walks over and he goes down the line just like his dad. He gives everybody five after. This is after game five. And then he gets to Jaylen Brown. He plays around with Jaylen Brown. And then he goes around the room, and then they show Grant Williams walking in the room, and he's doing the same thing from a different side of the locker room. And he gets to Jason Tatum's son, and Jason Tatum, he sticks his hand out, is like, "Give me five," and they just walk away from him. Nothing said. No, I'm a parent, so I see things like this, and you're having your little son with you, and even if if your son is being disrespectful, because kids can do that sometimes. Trust me when I say that, because they can. Even as a parent, you would say, "Hey, give that man five." No, that's not what happened. Jason Tatum didn't correct his son and got up and walked away with his son. That's pause for concern. That means there's rift in your team. Now, you're not winning no championship with rift in your team. It's just not going to happen. A la Golden State, Draymond Green, and Jordan Poole. You're not. It's not happening. You kind of hope they can get through it or get over it, but they can't, because if that man is walking away from Grant Williams with his son, not saying a word to him, that means that it's already beyond fixable. These guys are professional athletes. They all want to win. They all get paid a lot of money to play well, but they still human beings. And sometimes a human being can do something to you so bad to the point where you don't even want to be around them anymore. Now, whether that happened, I don't know. I'm just telling you what I seen. And if you see the video, you can see it yourself. This team is not getting along. This team don't have the same camaraderie it used to have. And that is kind of what you need. It's obvious they have the ability and the talent, but you need that. If you don't have that part right there, your ability and talent is going to do nothing because there's a synergy that comes along with connection. And if you don't have a connection and your connection is severed, you're not winning. So I gave you game 5, Boston. I do not give you game 6. I believe your season ends tonight. And I don't think it's going to end because Miami was just so much better, although Miami is better. But they wasn't so much better to the point where you guys can have won this series. But anybody who watches Boston, especially Boston fans, and I'm sure y'all watch Boston more than I do, can tell that something was missing. I think they have an internal rift in that team. Nobody is talking about it. Well, at least I haven't seen anybody talk about it. They have an internal rift in their team. If Jason Tatum gets up and just snuffs Grant Williams, I mean, just snuffed him. Now here you go, hey man, oh, sorry about that. None of that. Just snuffed him, walked away. You think that can get you through a tough game? What happens in a tough game? In a tough, close battle, man, camaraderie is all you have because without the camaraderie, you can't say what you need to say to the other guy and he don't take it personal. If I already got personal problems with you and you say something to me, even if you're right, I'm going to probably go off on you. That's what a rift does to a team. I do not see the Boston Celtics beating the Miami Heat in game 6. Let's get something straight. When Boston beat Miami in game 4, Boston beat Miami. I mean, it wasn't because Miami just was playing bad. No, Boston just outplayed them. But in game 5, Boston didn't beat Miami. Miami was beating themselves with 15 freaking turnovers. They beat themselves. So that kind of helped you get to a game 6. That's why I don't think you'll see Boston continue out to game 6. Now, Miami fans, if they do, you're done. You're done. You're not going to win game 7. They're going to beat you 4 straight times. But this is your game 7. So I don't see that going. I don't see the series going any further than 6. I got Miami. I actually got Miami winning the whole thing. They have something over there. I can't quite put my finger on it, but it's something. And they seem to thrive off whatever that something is. So, and I've seen them have confrontations on the bench with each other, and it's more leader, listener. I mean, in other words, I'm getting on you, and I'm basically telling you. I saw a video where Jimmy Butler was basically telling one of his teammates, "Look, you're not doing your job." That's leadership. That's not really a riff. What Jason Tatum and Grant Williams did, that's a riff. I mean, I'm married. I mean, my wife makes me mad. I don't have anything to say to her. Don't even sit by me. I don't even want to sit by you right now. I'm not feeling you right now. Now, that could have been a moment where Jason Tatum was like, I just ain't feeling you right now. You pissed me off in the game. That looked more personal. That looked like it had been going on longer than one night. I mean, you understand something. It wasn't just the deuce snubbed Grant Williams. Jason Tatum snubbed him too. That's something that's been going on a long time. And it normally happens when you don't realize. It happens probably during the season. You don't realize it was as big as it was, and it's now pretty big. Grant Williams actually looked surprised that he got snubbed. So I say all that to say this. Boston fans, I think your season comes to an end tonight. And that's why I'm doing game 5 and game 6 together, because I don't think it'll be a game 6. This is not something I'll be talking about on my Thursday show, on the Thursday show. I think this will be over. Now, I say all that to say this. Boston fans, Miami fans, at least give us a good show. Give us a good show tonight. I mean, play basketball. I mean, play like you want to win the doggone game. Because I've been dying to see a game like that for real, where both teams just really want to win the game. So I hope y'all give us that tonight. But with all that being said, man, look, Boston fans, I don't see it. I may be wrong. I've been wrong before. I just don't see it. And with all that being said, I'll be watching tonight. I'm sure you guys will be watching tonight. Hopefully they give us a show. We need a show tonight. We need something to say this was a great series because right now it's boring as hell. All right, now with all that being said, man, I know y'all heard about it. I'm excited about it. It's been a long wait, but we finally get Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford. Let me repeat that. Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford. July 29th. Can't get out of it now. Ain't nobody better not be talking about they got a broken hand or they got to set the fight back. I don't want to go through all this. The money has been set. You came on national TV and told everybody everything is set. We ready to go. Speaking of national TV, and listen. So for y'all to understand, it's not gonna. This is just the beginning. I'm about to do a lot of reels on this fight, but I'm just gonna tell you what I seen when I seen Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford on First Take. Okay, so if you haven't watched the video, I want you to watch the video. Now, this is going to be hard for some of you guys, but this is the only way you're going to be able to see it. I need you to watch the video of them on First Take. Then I want you to just pay attention, not to what they say. Don't look at, you can listen, but I want your eyes, not your ears. I know we mostly listen and learn everything. Not in this case. In this case, you can see it. So you just can't go by what you hear. I just want you to pay attention to one thing. When the interview started, two things I noticed about the pictures or the videos that they had on there. Errol Spence was much bigger than Terrence Crawford. Errol Spence didn't fight, if y'all remember. He been in the gym for a year, basically, waiting on Terrence Crawford to make this deal. So he never took another fight. Terrence Crawford, on the other hand, did take another fight, and that's on him. I'm not saying that that's either here or there. I'm just saying Errol Spence has only been focused on Terrence Crawford. Now, Terrence Crawford, again, looks smaller, but his facial expressions and his body language, to the naked eye, is no big deal. To me, I'm just going to tell you right there, he don't look sure. All right, so let me explain. I'm not gonna say he looks scared because he didn't look scared. He just don't look sure. Now I expect both fighters or two fighters to have a fight, and they both gonna be confident. They both gonna say they're gonna win. That is normal boxing. But Errol Spence, on the other hand, had one facial expression the whole interview. He didn't blink. He didn't twitch. It was just one facial expression. And it was pure focus. Terrence Crawford laughed, he giggled, he, he made facial expressions. I don't know, maybe he was just nervous being on First Take, but he looked nervous. Now, Errol Spence, on the other hand, I'm pretty sure he don't do media every day either. Didn't look nervous to be on First Take. And the guys, that don't mean anything. This is just me and my crazy mind. Man, my wife and my daughter always tell me, you talk about this body language, you're not always right. But I am most of the time. Most of the time, I'm dead on. Now, I'm not saying I'm dead on this one, but I'm just telling you guys, go look at the video for yourself. See if you see what I see. I also believe that Terrence Crawford, although magnificent fighter, he poses some of the best strategies in boxing matches. I got to give the dude his credit. Whatever he's doing to study the actual game or to study the actual fight, he really studies his opponent and he sees things and he strategizes around their weaknesses. Man, you can't take anything from Terrence Crawford when it comes to that. I mean, he does a really good job. Terrence Crawford also depends a lot on his speed. He just depends on his foot speed and his hand speed. Now, we've seen fights where power versus speed. I mean, there's several fights that we've seen. I know I've seen like that. Duran Sugar Ray. We know they had to fight twice, and the first time power met speed, speed lost. I mean, Hagler versus Hearns. Power beat speed. Although Hearns believed that he was powerful too, but just not as powerful as Hagler. So that means it's power versus speed. We had a lot of great matches with speed versus power. And this is speed versus power with Crawford and Spence. Now, I am not saying that Spence don't have good hand speed and good footwork, because he does. But Spence is a brawler. Spence likes to get into you. He likes to get to your body. And he beats the hell out of it. Now, for those of y'all who don't know anything about boxing, and I'm not an expert, believe me, I'm not somebody that should be on ESPN, but damn, this is just with the naked eye. I've seen Spence just take the life out of people beating their body up. It's one of the biggest reasons why I became a fan. I mean, there's body shot knockouts. There is, and he even mentioned it on his interview, like that. It's no strategy with me. I'm gonna get close enough to hit you, and I'm just gonna beat your body up. For those of you again that don't know boxing, when somebody hits a speed person in the gut over and over again, as the rounds continue, they start losing some of that speed. And if they keep doing it, they'll lose all their speed, which means they're just a sitting duck. All right, they just sitting duck for body shots and uppercuts and hooks because they don't have their speed to get them out of the way. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. You can probably tell by how I'm talking, I'm not taking Crawford in this fight, but I wasn't taking Crawford the first time they mentioned this fight, and it's not because I just dislike Crawford. I just don't. I don't believe he has the power to beat Spence. Now, when they first talked about this fight, Spence wasn't as big as he is now. Yeah, he was smaller. Even then, I didn't think Crawford could beat him. So and I know there's going to be a lot of Crawford fans out there to hey, Crawford go to the body too. Yeah, he does. He does go to the body. I give him his love on that too, but not to the point of it's always to set up something else. Errol Spence, even though it may be to set up something else, will just beat your body up. Look, I've seen this with my own eyes. I've seen him go in boxing matches and just beat your body up. Like, I'm just going to keep hitting you in the gut. Just imagine. I don't care what kind of shape you're in. Just imagine if somebody just constantly hitting you in your freaking rib cage, constantly hitting you in your doggone solar plate, right in the middle of the gut, over and over and over again. That's how I see this fight playing out. Crawford's going to try to get the speed. Errol is going to try to move in so he can hit him in the body. Once Errol gets his range and hits him in the body, it becomes a totally different fight. Are you going to see some great punches? Yes. Are you going to see some great punches by Terrence Crawford? Yes. Errol Spence? Yes. It's supposed to be that kind of fight, right? Let's just be honest. We ain't seen really neither one of these fighters get in trouble and have to come back from trouble. And all I'm saying is if somebody beats up your body like that, and eventually you become a sitting duck, I'm sorry, I don't see Crawford being able to pack the pounds on in a month. Well, 2 months. Ain't no way he can pack not healthy pounds. Man, that dude did that. He didn't even look. He looked about 130, 135 on that video. And I'm saying to myself, oh, let's just go back to when I say power versus speed. For those boxing fans out there, let's talk about power. Why am I picking Errol Spence, and why I'm going to tell y'all throughout the month why I'm picking Errol Spence. Let's go back to the Caleb Plant. It's my big boy name. Sorry, I forget his name, but it's right there on Canelo. I'm sorry, Canelo. Caleb Plant. I had Caleb Plant in the fight because I thought speed would beat power. When I seen that fight start and seen how big Canelo was versus Caleb Plant, There was no way Caleb Plant could win that fight. He looked pretty confident that he could. If he does, man, this is gonna be crazy. They both undefeated. Two different style fighters. One's gonna move up in weight after they fight. The other one's gonna stay right where they at because they can't move up. Terrence Crawford cannot. It would not. You don't see Terrence Crawford truly becoming a middleweight. I don't see that. But now he may fight in the middleweight division, but he's not a true middleweight. All I'm saying is, are y'all ready for this? Are y'all as excited as I am? Because I'm tired of this. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired of. I've just felt like Errol Spence has always been disrespected. I believe that the world or the majority of the boxing world really, really like Terrence Crawford. And I'm just telling you right now, when somebody hitting you in your body like that, it makes a difference. But like I said, I got Errol Spence. I'm going to be talking about this fight for the next month through reels, through podcasts, through everything. I want to hear what you guys got to say about this. I want to hear what you guys think about this. I did a reel earlier talking about the fight, and everybody's posting. So I got a lot of people posting on it. I want to hear what you guys say about this. I do not think Terrence Crawford. I did not think Terrence Crawford could beat Errol Spence if they weighed the same. Now I definitely know they don't weigh the same. Errol weighs more, and I just don't see Terrence Crawford being able to get away from Errol Spence all night. And if he do, it's going to look like he's running. And you're going to have to fight this fight. Power versus speed, I'm going to take power in this one. I just don't see enough speed from Terrence Crawford to say he can get away from some of them body blows. He's going to get drawn into fighting the Errol Spence fight, which is still bad news for him. I know the Terrence Crawford fans out there talking about, I can't wait to the fight. Well, you can wait. You can wait because Errol Spence he's just better than Terrence Crawford. Everybody meets their match. Everybody ain't Mayweather. See, everybody, Mayweather did fight. Mayweather fought everybody. It didn't matter because Mayweather was like so far ahead of you. It was scary. It was just scary watching it. We talking about two supposedly equal fighters. Both are undefeated. I don't really see either one of those guys retiring as undefeated, but I don't see Errol Spence losing this fight or any fight above. I think Errol Spence wants to fight in the division with the I want to say, damn it, the two brothers, the two twins. Give me a second, I'll think of their name. I just don't want to butcher their name. The Charlo twins. I think that's where Errol Spence wants to fight. That's the big boys. Let's bring this. See what you got. So y'all pick who you want to pick. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of gambling going on. I'm sure people didn't already ordered the fight. As soon as it went up, everybody ordered the fight. It's gonna be a good night. July 29th, 2023 was something we've been all been waiting on. So I'm gonna cover this a lot. So be prepared. Reels are coming. With that being said, listen, y'all take care of yourself out there. Watch yourself. Some people in this world are desperate. So watch yourself because desperate people do desperate things. Stay safe. This is Rich Cole with Let's Talk Sports. Peace. I'm out.